In this week's IoT Radar, my guest is Calista Redmond from the RISC-V Foundation, and we are discussing how to build a sustainable future for the RISC-V architecture. We have some news, we have a small cartoon, so I hope you enjoy watching the IoT Radar. And we're having a conversation about the RISC-V summit last week. Now, the dust has settled, I hope.
Never. So the summit was a fantastic success. We had more participation this year than we have in any of our past summits. We had more than 2,700 folks joining us in the session. We had dozens and dozens of speakers, from deep technical topics to broader talks on the business side of things. Where is the industry headed? Where is the opportunity? And overall, the excitement and energy that was generated was really profound. The dialogues are continuing into this week, and just bringing more and more folks into the community. RISC-V started 10 years ago in a Berkeley lab. 5 years later, 5 years ago, this time from this point, the RISC-V community began as RISC-V Foundation, and this was a pivotal year for us. I look at 5 years into the organization. We made the transition, and we're now RISC-V International. We have brought all of our members over to the new organization, and we've grown. There are recent reports that now show nearly a quarter of all designs are on RISC-V. A quarter of them. That's up from 0 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a lot of design, and as Krista Asanovic put it, there are now more IP design shops on RISC-V than any other architecture. If that's not disruption, I don't know what is. What you're seeing here is diversity and choice is the new frontier.
Yeah.
No company should be on just one architecture anymore. There's room for both ends.
Yeah, I see it from my side. Every time I open up my mailbox, there is a new application or a new development board or a new software tool which actually supports the RISC-V ecosystem. On the other hand, I also can imagine that some people say, okay, RISC-V, interesting for my custom design.
Architecture decisions aren't made each year, each quarter. Architecture decisions are made at a decade rate and pace. And that's what an open standard brings you in RISC-V, rather than an open software piece that has patches and changes and things like that. And that's the durability of a long-term investment in something like RISC-V, is that ISA is not going to change ever. It is here for the long term. You don't have to worry. We have reduced the business investment risk by keeping it open, by keeping it as a shared asset among the community. And through that, you can be assured that not only are the base building blocks that you're relying on today going to be there, but there will be even more base building blocks that the community shares. And no worries, there continues to be a huge amount of space on top of and around that for your secret sauce, your special implementation, your unique design that you can commercialize on.
Yeah. Now, this is already growing into a huge platform of people and developments, etc. Can you keep it all together? Is there sort of a horizontal, view on what is happening in all these different sort of applications?
Yeah. So we've organized the technical arena of RISC-V into work groups and committees that kind of overlap and have synergy amongst each other so that we continue to work in concert. And that is absolutely essential. This year, we implemented the Technical Steering Committee as a governing body across the technical strategy, as well as key decisions and work groups. And, what are we going to freeze? What are we going to allow to remain open? For creativity, with different address spaces and things of that nature. And today we have 47 different work groups going. That is about triple of where we were last year at this time. And so we've got a lot of work going on in parallel. This is not a linear project at all. There are many trains going to many different points, but all built on the same set of tracks. And so that's really kind of where the fun and excitement and energy is coming in, that you can participate in your area and know that you're not in isolation from the importance of interacting and fitting together with all the other areas.
Looking further, anything special on your wish list for 2021 with regards to RISC-V?
Things on my wish list. Well, it is the holidays, right? Number one on my wish list is I miss seeing people. So, let's just get that out of the way. Second, we are looking forward to even more of those POCs going into production, getting to market. We've already had a lot of great success. We had some announcements last week from Seagate on some of the cores and processors that they're bringing to market. We see additional activity in Europe, particularly in aerospace. We see great activity going on in India as bridging out, and more entrepreneurs are getting on board there as related to the Shakti project. We see continuing activity going on in APAC around China in particular, and going into more scale-out workloads, and really stepping up to be some of the strongest contributors in our community. Where there's a gap spotted, there have been a number of great organizations in China that have stepped up and made contributions for the benefit of the greater community. Yeah. And we see more activity going on in Japan. We see a lot deeper interest continuing to grow in automotive around safety and security. And then, in North America, we would love to see even more OEMs getting in the boat. So you said, what is your wish list or wish item? I don't know if it was item or list, but I think I've given you a whole list here. I'm not trying to be greedy. I just see there's so much potential across so many different areas that we would absolutely love to help support and bring to market.
Believe it or not, but most likely your next computer is a car. The new generation cars will have complex electronic systems for the steering, the drive systems and many sensors and actuator units. That all requires an onboard computer system. The Bosch company is eyeing a huge market and is developing computers for cockpit and connectivity functions, for driver assistance systems and automated driving, and for powertrain and body electronics. To meet the demand, the new cross-domain computing solutions division and its 17,000 associates will start operations in January 2021. In this unit, Bosch is bringing together its hardware and software engineering for vehicle computers, sensors and control units for all vehicles, from compact cars to trucks.